let me welcome you all to our session. I know that it's been a while since we did this, but today we're going to shed the light on the release spotlight about Verified, where we're going to discuss the latest updates, the new improvements, and the new features that we rolled out on Verified. This is Wirt speaking over here, and it's my pleasure to have you in the call. Before we start, there are some housekeeping rules. Of course, we can use the chat section to ask questions. Also to put your comments, to participate. And at the end of this session, there will be some time for Q&A. And as I mentioned earlier, the recording, this session is recorded and all the recordings will be emailed to the participants afterwards. About myself, my name is Wirt Turkiya. I'm the Customer Success Manager of Verified here at Xinaps. I help users, organizations to integrate Verified into their workflows through improving their model checking and coordination processes. The agenda for today, so we're going to have a short introduction about Verified and also show the typical workflow that we have on our platform, the current features till this point on Verified, and of course we're going to do a live demo where I'm going to share my screen, show you what we rolled out. Of course, at the end, we're going to summarize all these features. So let me first introduce you to Verified, our next generation model checking solution, where we can automate different types of checks. So from clashes, properties, free space, all of these ones can be validated on Verified. For those who don't know, Verified's workflow is integrated, which means that it is connected to other solutions such as CDEs, for instance, BIM360, ACC, Trimble Connect, Procore. All these ones are seamlessly integrated with Verified, which allows the user to pull the data from these CDEs, check the models and the elements within Verified, and then report it to an issue tracking system using the different issue tracking systems that we offer. Now, the features of Verified till this point, it's a cloud-based solution and it's working in the browser. So we're not depending on any desktop solution. This is one. We can do model coordination with Verified. We can create federated models, model sets. We can check the spaces, rooms, everything that exists in the model. There are different types of checks and validation rules that we can use on Verified, and of course, Verified checks the data as well. So we rolled out a data viewer, which I'm going to discuss further as we progress through the demo. And we have, of course, we can report issues by exporting to specific file formats or just integrate with an issue tracking system. So these are like I would say like a general overview about the features of Verified, but now let's go a bit technical and show you Verified. So this is the login screen of Verified. As you can see, I'm using Google Chrome. You can use any other browser out there. It's a browser-based solution, and we can use, of course, the single sign-on feature with Autodesk or Microsoft. For this demo, I'm just going to use my demo account. So there were some changes in the UI. And that was in the last release, in September's release, where now we can have more detailed insights on the jobs, which is the notifications as soon as I upload a model or get another version of this model on Verified. I can get all the updates in the jobs over here. The interface is quite different. But let me go to the example project. So the example project is one of the features that we have to test out Verified, to test out your workflow also. So it contains some predefined rules and filters, which can help us in understanding the model checking process on Verified. It takes usually a couple of seconds to load because it will load all the content of this example model. Okay, let me go to models from here. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to open some files in the model set builder. Okay, Now, one of the latest updates that actually, it's not an update, it's an improvement that we did on Verified, which is improving the processing time of the Revit conversion process. As you may know, Verified contains two conversion methods for the files, since we support IFC and Revit, and also DWG files. But mainly for IFC, we use IFC parser. For Revit files, we use design automation from Autodesk. And what we did is that we improved the conversion time for Revit files, and now we can process files with more than 100,000 elements in a short period of time. And this, of course, allows our users to have more flexibility on the checking process for their files, especially the MEP files, which contains more elements and much more details than the other disciplines, I would say. So after I loaded the files, let's start with the data viewer. The data viewer is a feature which allows me to create customizable data sets for the data that exists in the model. So I'm using some Revit files. I'm going to run the Revit data view, which is going to bring the Revit category, the external ID, and the Revit ID, and the IFC GUID, if it exists, of course, to the data viewer. So, and as you can see, we have 20,681 elements in total, and I can see them according to the model name, level, category, and all the other properties. What I can do with the data viewer now is that I can customize it the way I want. So for instance, I can drop the IFC GUID since it's empty. This is one. I can add a different attribute. Let's say, I'm not sure if we have the description, but let's try it. So this is the description property. I would like to add it to the selected columns over here, the ones that I can see in the data viewer. Click on preview. And as you can see, it was added. It's empty, but of course, if you have any other property that which contains like more details and all of that, you can just add it over here. You can drop other columns and you can customize it. So after we've added the description column, I can also save it. So I can save the data view for future sessions. If I would like to use it later on, then I can just call it Revit data view. Yes, I've called number 2. Save. And then it will be added to my data views over here, which I can use whenever I open the file. Now, this is an example project. For those who don't know, the example project will reset every time we load it. Okay, it's not like a real project. That's why we're doing all the testing over here. Okay, also the data viewer allows me to group the elements. So I can group all the elements according to the category by simply drag and drop the column header. So I can choose the property that I would like to group the elements according to, and then drag and drop it in the group by panel. And as you can see, everything will be grouped according to the category. So let's say I would like to see only pipes, then I can select the whole category from here, go to the 3D viewer actions, isolate them, and there you go. We have now all the pipes. Okay, and we can do multi-level grouping. So we can also group them according to level. So after we group them by category, we can do it by level and then by name. So we have like a multi-level grouping that we can do over here. Of course, the export settings, you can choose it from here. So you can choose to export to CSV, comma separated value, or even Excel spreadsheets. Okay, now these are the updates for the data viewer. Let me go to filters. Okay. Before I dive into filters, as I told you, when we improve the Revit data views, we can load files with more than 100,000 elements. So if you'd like to challenge Verified, for instance, and you'd like to test it out yourself and see the performance of it, then feel free to reach out to us. You can contact us and I will show you all the details towards the end of this session, and we can set up we can set up an account for you. You can test it out with your own files and see how it's really easy to check models on Verified. So these are the filters. Let me walk you through the recent updates over here. Let me create a new filter. Okay. Now, one of the new updates regarding filters is that we've added the wildcard feature. So let's say I would like to navigate through the variable air volume units that exists. And this is one of the mechanical equipment that we have in the model. I'm going to add a property. And then I'm going to go to the family and type property, select it from here. The filter editor, of course, allows me to navigate through all the data that exists, or let's say all the properties that exist in the model, which gives me the flexibility to narrow down the results and to filter out elements easily. Now, in the value, this is where the wildcards can be used. So if we click on the information button over here, you can see that we can use the wildcards. These are the ones that we support on Verified at this moment. So depending on the wildcard method that you're using, you can just put it in the value section over here. So what I'm going to do, I think this is how it's called. So I'm going to go through all the variable air volume units. And I'm going to do that by just simply ask Verified to unit. Okay. And then we're going to use the star, which means that Verified will go now through all the variable air units. Yeah, so this is how it goes. We write first our first part of the sentence or the statement, and then we use, this is how this wildcard works. And then we add the star, which means that it's going to select all the elements which have first M, variable air volume unit, and any other thing afterwards. So it's going to select all of these ones. Of course, we can use this the case sensitive button from here, but let's just keep it as it is. Click on save, give it a more beautiful color than the green. Okay, I'm going to use this one and then run it. Now Verified is going to retrieve all the variable air volume units. There you go. These are the ones. So these are all mechanical equipments. Let me remove the grouping. Okay, so these are the elements. Now let's see how many types do I have with this selection that I use the wildcard with. So first, let me edit the data view. Go to family and type, which is the property that I used. Preview. Okay, there you go. And then I'm going to group them all together and see how many categories did I get with the wildcard. There you go. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different categories. So all of them are single duct, of course, but the sizes are different. So 150, 200, 250, 300. So as you can see, we can select it. Of course, you can use any other wildcard that is supported on Verified. There are 6 different wildcards that you can use. And it's not only for filters, but it can be used also with rules in the property checks. Okay, perfect. As I mentioned earlier, if you have any questions, just drop it in the chat and we will take a look at them at the end during the live Q&A at the end of the session. Okay, so this is for filters. The other one is that, let me go to rules. This is where the validation part comes. So we can, we can load IDS files now to Verified. We can add an IDS file to check the IFC files, but with Verified, we can check not only IFC, but also Revit. So let me go to my projects and show you an example. We did a webinar about this, a dedicated webinar in collaboration with Building Smart. You can refer to our YouTube channel to see it. But let me go and check. Yes, this is the IDS example. I'm going to show you like real quick how it works. But of course, if you would like more detailed insights about it, you could refer to the video or you can reach out to us. Let me go to models. You see it's already imported over here. Let me just load a file real quick. This is the one. And we're going to check in this IFC file the IDS. So we go to rules, and then we load an IDS file from here. We select it. And I see it's already here, so I'm going to run it. Now, what Verified does is that we select the IDS file. As soon as we import it to Verified, Verified translates it into property checks. Okay? And of course, it's going to be translated into a rule set in the beginning, as you can see from here. This is the main rule set. Within the rule set, there are going to be also some rule sets, some other rule sets, as you can see. And with every rule set, there is one or more rules. And as soon as you run the IDS check, all the rule sets will be run as well. And you're going to get the results, as you can see from here. And if you would like to get them like individually, then you can just simply run specific items, and you can view the results in the data viewer. So we have one failed, and all the other ones are passed. And this check over here is for the name. So we're checking within this IFC file if the names of the IFC building story elements are correct. And we can see that there is only one discrepancy over here. So this is for the IDS. Another feature, since we're here, which was rolled out, I think 2 months ago, and that was exporting JSON files. As you may know, verified filters and rule sets can be treated as JSON files, so you can export them, you can share them with other verified users. So if I click over here, I can just export it, and it's going to be exported as JSON. Previously, we were doing that individually. I know that that was not very efficient. And what we did is that now you can select them all together, and you can export them all at once. Yeah, and this was introduced not only for rules, but also for filters and for data views as well, which makes it easier to use, especially if you have, let's say, I would say like a clash matrix or different rule sets, different checks, different filters that you would like to export all at once from one project and import them all at once also to another project. Then you can do that using the selection feature from here. Okay, this is for filters. The next part would be integrations and issue tracking. So let me refer to the example project one more time. Okay, but yeah, it's gonna reset. So whatever I created before is gonna just reset it. So in the issue tracking interface, it was also improved. So now we have new entries that we can add to give us more insights to fix the issue. Also, we have new integrations over there with new issue trackers, especially for our Triple Connect and Procore users. We are now connected to these issue trackers as well. Let me go to models. And then, yes, we need to load some files. Okay, let me load the Revit model set again. Okay. Now, for those who don't know, also Verified, because it's a browser-based solution, we're not relying heavily on our graphics card and GPUs and all of that. The only thing that we rely on mainly is the network speed. Okay. Now, at some point, of course, when we have, let's say, large-scale projects, models that are loading and verified, at some point, yes, we will use like part of the GPU, but still is going to be significantly like a low portion compared to other tools, let's say desktop solutions, where it consume the GPU and require high performance laptops and PCs in order to operate. So let me go to rules and just run an example rule check, which is the free space check. So we can show you the issue tracking interface. Okay, so this is the free space check where we create a geometry to validate the space next to the element, in front of it, behind it, and all of that. Let's go to issues, and then we can create a new issue from here. Okay, so the interface is slightly different than the previous one. Screenshots can be made, and also the number of elements, but not in the example project. But yeah, we can give it a title. So we can say test. You can give it a brief description. We've modified the entries over here. The priority is the same. The due date is the same. But the topic type, this is new. So now we can use clash, topic status, active. Of course, if you resolve it, then you can just adjust and make it resolve. Stage, you can choose it from here, and then you can assign it to one of your team members. So verified, you can, of course, we can have our team members to work with us on verified, and then we can assign them to work on issues, and they can fix it by just going to the issue tracking to the report section from here. And also you can add the labels and some reference links. So this is the new UI for the issue editor. As I told you, we now have new providers, new issue tracking systems that we're connected to. So if we go to change provider, previously we had only BIM 360, BIM Collab, and U-Pharma Connect. Also, we had our own verified, where we just keep the issues over here. Okay. Now you can see that we have also Procore and Triple Connect. So we connect through coordination issues in Procore and BCF topics in Triple Connect. If I keep the issue on verified and then save, also we've enhanced the export settings for verified's issues. Previously, we were exporting only in BCF, the BIM collaboration format file. That's it. But now, when we have like more than one clash and we have a group of clashes and we would like to export them all at once, we've introduced the BCF zip file. We know that it is used and utilized where there are different clashes, multiple clashes, or a large group of clashes. You can just export them in one BCF zip file. And that's what we are supporting at the moment. So not only BCF, but also BCF zip files. Okay, now let me show you how it works with Triple Connect. So let me go to projects, choose one of my Triple Connect projects, this one. Okay, I have another tab for my Triple Connect, so we can see the issues over there. So we connect through BCF topics. I'll go to models and see that the report is already open. So what I'm gonna load some files. Let me run the architectural one. Okay, it's loading. Okay, now what's happening is that I've just added this project, and what Verified is doing is that it's converting the file all over again, because this was recently imported to Verified, and this is like a one-time process that needs to be done in the beginning of every project before checking it in Verified. So let's see the progress. Okay, let's give it some time. In the meantime, I'm gonna go to my Triple Connect and show you that we already have 2 issues in this specific project over here, which are coming also from Verified. So if I go to my report from here, you can see the existing 2 issues, which of course you can modify from Verified, you can export, you can delete. So there are different things that, because there's a live synchronization between the 2 platforms, between BCF topics and Triple Connect, and also the reporting feature in Verified. Let's see the file. Did it load? Yes. Let me remove it and load it one more time. Okay. Okay, so let me go to issues. And from here, I'm going to create a new issue. So the interface is still the same. The entries are different. And why is that? Because it is connected to BCF topics. So any entry over here should be read directly from BCF topics and Trimble Connect. Even the assigned people over here are the users who are working on Trimble Connect. And that goes aligned with our integrated workflow, because of course we don't want to modify the workflow, the whole workflow in Verified. No, we just want to complete the loop and support the Triple Connect users in their model checking process. So we did the screenshot, and then I'm gonna just say test. You can give it a description, the type. As you can see, also they are different. So we're gonna call it issue. Priority, it's the same. Let's give it a due date. As for the tags, okay, nothing is available. And that's because in the BCF topics, in the beginning, we didn't add tags. That needs to be added to the issue. For the status, new reference link, let's keep it empty. Save. Now it is added over here. And now if I go to my Trimble Connect account, I reload my BCF topics. It's going to be here, test, as you can see. So all the entries that I've added, hi, new issue, I click on it. So I didn't give it a reference link, that's why, but I can just relink the model by just going to verified, go to edit, and then give it a reference link, which is the one that we have in BCF topics. The same thing works with Procore, with coordination issues in Procore. We got a lot of questions about ACC. So ACC issues is still on the way. As soon as Autodesk publishes their APIs, we're going to be the first ones to integrate with it, since we're part of Autodesk Platform Services APS. Okay. So since we're talking about integrations, if I go to projects, the list of integrations that we have at the moment, as you can see from here, Autodesk, Dropbox, Google Drive. Their most recent one is bimserver.center. So for bimserver.center users, now you can integrate your CDE with Verified, import the data from there, and check your models accordingly. There are different CDEs that we're connected to, also Autodesk, which comes in both BIM360 and ACC. Let me know if you would like us to integrate with another CDE. Just drop it down in the chat section. We will refer to it at the end of the session. So, okay. So that was for the integrations. The other thing that I wanted to show you is the template portal. We have an enhanced template portal. If I go to library, for those who don't know, Verified Exchange is our template portal, where our users, our development team, even myself, we all contribute over here to create customizable templates, which make the process much easier for Verified's users. So we have some Kobe template over here, IDS, Power BI template if we would like to see the results of the model checking process in Power BI. Then we have a dedicated dashboard in Power BI that you can connect to and then see your results. So this is the template portal. Also, if I go to the e-learning, so we have a new e-learning hub. So for the new, I would say for Verified newbies, this can be your tool. So if we go, let's say, to 3D Viewer toolbar, you will have like all the information that is required for you to work on Verified. Okay. Did I miss anything? I guess the new templates. Yes, and this is like, there is another interesting one. As I like this one actually. So you can now add a profile picture to your account by just simply clicking here. You can upload a new picture. and keep it. And this is quite helpful, especially when you're working with like more than one in your team members and you have like one big organization. Let's say you have 10 members. It would be nice also to have your profile pictures over there. So to summarize all these details and all these new features, in terms of model coordination, we've optimized Revit conversion. As I told you, if you would like to test it out yourself, you feel free to reach out to us, and then you can try it out. You can upload your models and check it. IDS support. Now we can apply also wildcards for filters and rules, a new UI for the issue tracking interface, and of course introducing the PCF zip file format for issue tracking. For the data viewer, you can customize the data views, do multi-level grouping, export in multiple file format, so Excel and CSV. You can select JSON files in data views, filters, and rules as well. In terms of collaboration, we've introduced new integrations, PCF topics in Triple Connect, coordination issues in Procore, and as our newest CDE, BIM server.center. There's a new template portal, a new e-learning hub, and you can customize your account with profile pictures. So in short, we help you to automate your model checking process, make it easier, simple. You don't need like a very technical background in terms of model coordination checking in order to check your BIM models. We believe that anyone should be able to do that, and the process should be easy and efficient. If you would like to know more about Verified and you would like to test it out yourself, you can sign up for a demo today, where we can have a detailed discussion, discuss your workflow, and see how we can help you over there. If you'd like to reach out to me, you can use my email, word@xinaps.com. Also, you can reach out at LinkedIn, on LinkedIn, at Word Turkey. And also, yes, I'm excited to let you know that we're launching a new version of our BIM model checking playbook for everyone. It's, I would say, our playbook in dummy style for users who would like to know more about verified model checking and how they can do it easily and efficiently. So you can click on the screen to get your free copy from there. It's available in English, German, and also Dutch. We're a Dutch-based company, so it's also available in Dutch. As for our upcoming events, the upcoming session is gonna be on the 24th of October. So we're following a new, I would say like a new way of webinars where we're gonna discuss different disciplines. Our upcoming one is gonna be about MEP, BIM model checking for MEP workflows. If you would like to join us in that session, and if you have like another topic and you would like us to discuss it, a feature that you would like to have and all of that, also some feedback, feel free to email us at info@xinaps.com and we will get in touch. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us in today's session. We hope that it was beneficial. You learned more about Verified, and if you'd like to know more, of course, you have the links, and feel free to join us in our upcoming sessions. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and have a great evening ahead.